Welcome in. Welcome to an extraordinary journey through the land of fire and ice Iceland. We're about to explore a country so otherworldly, so breathtakingly beautiful, that it will change the way you see our planet. Before we set off on this adventure, if you're passionate about nature, geology, and discovering hidden wonders, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell. You won't want to miss the amazing content we have coming up on this channel. Imagine standing before thundering waterfalls that plummet from dizzying heights, their mist creating rainbows in the crisp Arctic air. Picture yourself bathing in geothermal hot springs surrounded by snow-capped mountains, or walking on black sand beaches where the remains of massive glaciers glitter like diamonds. In Iceland, the impossible becomes reality. From dancing northern lights to bubbling mud pots, from ice caves that glow an ethereal blue to lava fields covered in soft moss, this country is a land of stark contrasts and breathtaking beauty. By the time this video wraps up, you'll be frantically searching for flights to Iceland, daydreaming of glacial lagoons, volcanic landscapes, and the mesmerizing dance of the aurora borealis. Get ready to embark on an unforgettable journey through a land where fire meets ice, a country where active volcanoes coexist with massive glaciers, where waterfalls thunder through pristine wilderness, and where the summer sun never sets. Are you prepared to uncover the hidden treasures of this Nordic paradise? Buckle up, adventure seekers, we're about to plunge into the heart of Iceland's most spellbinding wonders. Let's start our journey with the crown jewel of Iceland's natural wonders, the Northern Lights. Picture this: you're standing in the heart of the Icelandic wilderness, the silence so profound you can hear the snow crunching beneath your feet. The night sky above is a canvas of stars, clearer and more numerous than you've ever seen before. Suddenly, a flicker of green appears on the horizon. It grows, swirling and dancing across the sky in ribbons of green, pink, and purple. This is the aurora borealis, nature's most spectacular light show, and in Iceland you have front row seats. The northern lights are the result of solar particles colliding with gases in Earth's atmosphere. When these charged particles from the sun strike atoms and molecules in Earth's atmosphere, they excite those atoms, causing them to light up. The different colors we see are produced by different types of gas particles colliding with the solar winds. Oxygen produces green and red light, while nitrogen is responsible for blue and purple hues. In Iceland, the best time to see the northern lights is from late August to mid-April, when the nights are dark enough. But remember, Mother Nature doesn't always follow our schedules. The aurora is notoriously unpredictable, and seeing it requires patience, luck, and the right conditions: clear skies, high solar activity, and minimal light pollution. That's why Iceland, with its vast uninhabited areas and long winter nights, is one of the best places in the world to witness this celestial dance. But Iceland's wonders aren't limited to the night sky. Let's dive into the Blue Lagoon, one of the 25 wonders of the world. As you slip into the milky blue waters, you'll feel the tension melt from your muscles. The water, rich in silica and sulfur, is a constant 38 deg she 100 deg, perfect for soothing your body after a day of exploration. Look around you, the contrast between the powder blue water and the black lava field surrounding it is stunning. Steam rises from the surface, creating an otherworldly atmosphere. This isn't just a hot spring, it's nature's own spa, and you're soaking in it. What many people don't realize is that the Blue Lagoon isn't actually a natural formation. It was created accidentally in 1976 as a result of operations at the nearby geothermal power plant. The warm water is a byproduct of the plant and is renewed every 2 days. Despite its man-made origins, the lagoon is completely natural, and its unique properties have made it a world-famous attraction. The water in the Blue Lagoon is rich in minerals like silica and sulfur. These minerals are the reason for the water's distinctive color and are also believed to have healing properties, particularly for skin conditions like psoriasis. The silica forms soft white mud on the bottom of the lake, which bathers often apply as a rejuvenating face and body mask. Now, let's venture into the heart of a glacier. The Vatn Ice Caves are a wonder that must be seen to be believed. As you step inside, you're enveloped by walls of pure, ancient ice. The ice glows an ethereal blue, created by centuries of compression. Light filters through the frozen ceiling, creating patterns and shadows that seem almost alive. It's like walking into a sapphire cathedral, crafted by nature over thousands of years. But remember, these caves are ever-changing. The one you visit might never be seen again in quite the same way. These ice caves, also known as crystal caves, are formed by glacial rivers running through and under the ice. During summer, these rivers carve tunnels and caverns into the glacial ice. When winter arrives and the rivers recede, they leave behind these stunning blue ice caves. The blue color comes from the compression of the ice over centuries, which squeezes out air bubbles and creates ice crystals large enough to absorb all colors of light except blue. It's important to note that visiting these caves is only possible during winter, typically from November to March. During summer, the caves are often flooded or may collapse, making them extremely dangerous. Even in winter, you should only visit with an experienced guide who can assess the safety of the cave. Let's shift gears and head to Thingvellir National Park, a place where you can literally walk between continents. This UNESCO World Heritage Site sits on the boundary between the North American and Eurasian tectonic plates. As you walk through the park, you're witnessing geology in action. The rift between the plates is widening by about 2 cm each year. The resulting landscape is dramatic, with deep fissures and towering cliffs. But Thingvellir isn't just geologically significant, it's also the birthplace of Icelandic democracy, where the world's oldest parliament was established over 1,000 years ago. The Alþingi or Althing was established at Thingvellir in 930 AD and continued to convene there until 1798. This makes it one of the oldest parliamentary institutions in the world. The site was chosen for its accessibility to most regions of the country and the natural amphitheatre provided by the topography. One of the most fascinating features of Thingvellir is the Silfra fissure, a crack between the North American and Eurasian continents that's filled with crystal-clear glacial water. This is one of the only places in the world where you can dive or snorkel between two continental plates. The water in Silfra is some of the clearest in the world, with visibility often exceeding 100 meters. No journey through Iceland's wonders would be complete without a visit to its waterfalls. Gullfoss, part of the famous Golden Circle route, is a spectacle that will leave you in awe. This two-tiered waterfall plunges into a deep gorge, creating a constant mist and, on sunny days, brilliant rainbows. In summer, the sheer power of the falls is breathtaking. In winter, parts of the falls freeze, creating intricate ice sculptures that glisten in the low Arctic sun. The raw power of nature is on full display here, reminding us of the forces that have shaped this incredible landscape. Gullfoss, which means Golden Falls in Icelandic, drops a total of 32 meters 105 feet in two stages into a rugged canyon. The water originates from Lrijar, Iceland's second largest glacier, and flows through the Vity River before making its dramatic plunge. The history of Gullfoss is as dramatic as its appearance. In the early 20th century, foreign investors wanted to dam the waterfall to generate electricity. Sigríður Tómasdóttir, the daughter of the landowner, fought tirelessly to prevent this, even threatening to throw herself into the waterfall. Her efforts eventually led to the waterfall's preservation. Today, a stone memorial to Sigríður stands above the falls, reminding us of the importance of conservation. Let's take a moment to appreciate the unique beauty of Jökulsárlón Glacier Lagoon. Here, massive icebergs that have calved from the nearby Breidamajökull glacier float serenely in a deep blue lagoon. Each iceberg is a work of art, sculpted by wind and water into fantastic shapes. Some are streaked with ash from long-ago volcanic eruptions, telling the story of Iceland's fiery past. As the icebergs make their way to the sea, some wash up on nearby Diamond Beach, where they glitter like gems on the black sand. It's a photographer's dream and a powerful reminder of the beauty and fragility of our changing planet. Jökulsárlón is a relatively new formation, born out of the retreat of the Breidamajökull glacier. In the 1930s, the glacier started retreating, leaving behind a depression that filled with meltwater, creating the lagoon. Since then, the lagoon has grown fourfold in size, a stark reminder of the effects of climate change. The lagoon is now the deepest lake in Iceland, with depths reaching 248 meters 814 feet. It's home to a variety of wildlife, including seals that can often be seen lounging on the icebergs or swimming in the frigid waters. In winter, the northern lights sometimes reflect off the surface of the lagoon and the icebergs, creating a truly magical scene. For those seeking the raw power of nature, Dettifoss awaits. Known as Europe's most powerful waterfall, Dettifoss is a force to be reckoned with. The sheer volume of water thundering over the edge creates a constant mist and a deafening roar that you can feel in your chest. Standing on the edge, you can't help but feel small in the face of such awesome natural power. It's a humbling experience that stays with you long after you've left. Dettifoss is 100 meters 330 feet wide and drops 44 meters 144 feet into the Jökulsárlón Canyon. It's fed by the Jökulsárlón River, which carries meltwater from the Vatn Glacier. On average, about 193 cubic meters, 6,816 cubic feet of water plunges over the edge every second, creating a spectacle that's both beautiful and terrifying. The waterfall and its surrounding area played a starring role in the opening sequence of Ridley Scott's science fiction film Prometheus. The otherworldly landscape of black rock and thundering water provided the perfect backdrop for the film's alien world. Now, let's venture into the Icelandic highlands to Lmanagar, a place that looks like it's been painted by the gods themselves. The rhyolite mountains here are a riot of colours: reds, greens, yellows and blues created by centuries of volcanic activity. Hiking through this area feels like walking through a living watercolour painting. And after a day of exploring, you can soak your tired muscles in one of the area's natural hot springs, surrounded by this kaleidoscope of colours. The unique coloration of Lmanagar's mountains is due to rhyolite, a type of volcanic rock rich in silica. When this rock is exposed to the harsh Icelandic elements, it weathers into a stunning array of colours. The area is also dotted with obsidian lava fields, creating a striking contrast with the colourful mountains. Lmanagar is part of the Fjords Nature Reserve and marks the northern end of the famous Lógavíkur hiking trail, one of the most popular treks in Iceland. The trail stretches 55 kilometers 34 miles south to Thorsmork, taking hikers through some of the most diverse and stunning landscapes in Iceland. Our journey takes us next to Renisfjara, Iceland's most famous black sand beach. The contrast here is striking jet black pebbles against the white foam of the crashing waves. Towering basalt columns rise from the beach like the pipes of a giant organ, and just offshore, the Renisfjara sea stacks jut from the ocean like the fingers of a troll turned to stone. It's a landscape that feels almost mythical, and indeed many Icelandic folk tales are set in places just like this. The black sand of Renisfjara isn't sand in the traditional sense. It's actually tiny pieces of lava rock ground down over millennia by the relentless action of the waves. This beach is a testament to Iceland's volcanic nature, a place where the results of eruptions from thousands of years ago are still clearly visible. The Renisfjara sea stacks, according to legend, were once trolls trying to drag a ship to shore. However, they were caught by the rising sun and turned to stone. While we know they're actually basalt rock formations, the story adds an extra layer of magic to this already enchanting place. It's worth noting that while Renisfjara is stunningly beautiful, it's also dangerous. The waves here are unpredictable and powerful, and visitors are warned to never turn their backs on the ocean. Several tourists have lost their lives here, underscoring the importance of respecting nature's power. As we near the end of our journey, let's take a moment to appreciate the geothermal wonderland of Vatn. This area in northern Iceland is a testament to the country's volcanic nature. From the relaxing Vatn nature baths to the otherworldly landscape of Havarer with its bubbling mud pots and steaming fumaroles, Vatn showcases the diverse and dynamic nature of Iceland's geology. It's a place where you can truly feel the heat of the earth beneath your feet. Lake Vatn itself is a shallow eutrophic lake created by a large basaltic lava eruption 2,300 years ago. The surrounding landscape is dominated by volcanic landforms, including lava pillars and rootless vents. These features were created when lava flowed over wet ground and exploded from steam pressure. One of the most striking features of the Vatn area is the abundance of bird life. The lake hosts a greater variety of duck species than any other place in Europe, making it a paradise for birdwatchers. In total, 115 species of birds have been recorded in the area. Havarer, you'll find a landscape that looks more like Mars than Earth. The ground is a rusty red, steam hisses from vents in the earth and mud pots bubble and splatter. The smell of sulfur fills the air, reminding you of the powerful forces at work beneath your feet. It's a stark, alien landscape that perfectly encapsulates Iceland's nickname, the land of fire and ice. Now let's journey to the West Fjords, one of Iceland's most remote and spectacularly beautiful regions. Often overlooked by tourists in favour of the more accessible south coast, the West Fjords offer a glimpse into Iceland's rugged, untamed beauty. Picture dramatic fjords cutting deep into the land, their steep cliffs home to millions of nesting seabirds. The coastline here is a series of jaw-dropping vistas, with each turn of the road revealing a new, awe-inspiring view. One of the crown jewels of the West Fjords is Dandi Waterfall. Often called the Jewel of the West Fjords, Dandi is a series of 7 cascading falls with a cumulative height of 100 meters. Its name means thunderous in Icelandic, and as you approach, you'll understand why. The waterfall spreads out as it descends, forming a trapezoidal shape that's both unique and mesmerizing. The hike to the top offers increasingly spectacular views, not just of the falls but of the surrounding fjords as well. While in the West Fjords, don't miss Lrijar, Europe's largest bird cliff and westernmost point. This 14-kilometre long, and up to 440-meter high cliff is home to millions of birds, including puffins, razorbills, and guillemots. It's one of the best places in Iceland to see puffins up close, as these charismatic birds are surprisingly fearless of humans here. But be careful, the cliff edges are fragile and the drop is sheer. The midnight sun illuminating these cliffs, with birds wheeling in the sky and the crash of waves far below, is a sight you'll never forget. Let's journey to the otherworldly landscape of Askja in the Central Highlands. Askja is a massive caldera formed by a series of volcanic eruptions, the last major one occurring in 1875. The caldera now contains Öskjuvatn, one of the deepest lakes in Iceland. Next to it lies Vity, a smaller crater filled with milky blue geothermal water. Visiting Askja feels like stepping onto another planet. The barren, ash-covered landscape stretches as far as the eye can see, broken only by snow-capped mountains in the distance. The contrast between the deep blue of Öskjuvatn and the milky turquoise of Vity is stunning. On warm days, it's possible to swim in Vity. Imagine floating in a warm, mineral-rich crater lake surrounded by this lunar landscape. It's an experience that's truly out of this world. Now, let's cool things down with a visit to Jökulsárlón's lesser-known neighbour, Jökulsárlón Glacier Lagoon. While Jökulsárlón gets most of the attention, Jökulsárlón offers a more intimate glacier experience. Here you're closer to the glacier face and the lagoon is less crowded. The icebergs here are just as beautiful, reflecting the light in mesmerizing ways. The stillness of the water, broken only by the occasional creak and groan of the ice, creates a peaceful yet somehow eerie atmosphere. For those seeking a unique underground experience, let's explore Vatn, one of the longest lava tubes in Iceland. Formed by a volcanic eruption over 5,000 years ago, this cave stretches for over 1 kilometer beneath the earth. As you walk through the tunnel, you'll see incredible lava formations, stalactites, stalagmites, and flow marks that tell the story of the molten rock that once flowed here. In winter, beautiful ice formations add another layer of wonder to this subterranean world. Let's not forget about Iceland's rich wildlife. While the island may not have the large land mammals found in other parts of the world, it more than makes up for it with its marine life and bird life. Húsavík, often called the whale-watching capital of Europe, offers incredible opportunities to see these gentle giants up close. Species commonly spotted include humpback whales, blue whales, minke whales, and even orcas. The sight of a massive humpback breaching the surface of the water is something you'll never forget. For a taste of Icelandic culture and history, we must visit the Skaga Museum. This open-air museum features beautifully preserved turf houses, giving visitors a glimpse into traditional Icelandic life. The museum's collection includes thousands of artifacts that tell the story of Iceland's cultural heritage, from ancient tools to traditional costumes. It's a fascinating journey through time that helps put the natural wonders we've seen into a human context. No exploration of Iceland would be complete without mentioning its volcanoes. The Ell Volcano on Heimaey Island in the Westman Islands offers a stark reminder of Iceland's volatile nature. In 1973, this volcano erupted without warning, forcing the evacuation of the entire island. Today, you can hike up Ell, feel the residual heat still emanating from the ground, and see the parts of town that were buried under lava and ash. It's a sobering yet fascinating look at the power of nature and the resilience of the Icelandic people. Speaking of resilience, let's take a moment to appreciate Iceland's renewable energy efforts. The Hellisheidi power station just outside Reykjavik is one of the world's largest geothermal power plants. It not only provides electricity but also hot water for heating to much of the capital area. Visitors can tour the facility and learn about how Iceland harnesses its volcanic power for sustainable energy. It's an inspiring example of how countries can adapt to and benefit from their natural resources. As we near the end of our journey, let's not forget about Iceland's charming capital, Reykjavik. Despite being one of the world's smallest capital cities, Reykjavik is packed with culture, history and quirky charm. The striking Hallgrímskirkja church dominates the skyline, its design inspired by the basalt columns we saw at Renisfjara. The Harper Concert Hall, with its distinctive honeycomb glass facade, is a testament to Iceland's love of music and modern architecture. And the colourful houses lining the old harbour create a picturesque scene that's quintessentially Icelandic. From the ethereal glow of the northern lights to the raw power of its waterfalls, from the otherworldly landscapes of its highlands to the serene beauty of its glacier lagoons, Iceland is a land that seems designed to take your breath away at every turn. It's a place where the forces of nature are on full display, where fire and ice coexist in a delicate balance, creating landscapes that seem almost too beautiful to be real. But Iceland is more than just its natural wonders. It's a country with a rich cultural heritage, from the sagas of the Viking Age to its modern reputation as a leader in renewable energy and gender equality. The Icelandic people have lived in harmony with their volatile environment for over 1,000 years, developing a unique culture shaped by isolation, harsh winters, and the ever-present forces of fire and ice. Take, for example, the Icelandic language. It's remained virtually unchanged since the medieval period, so much so that modern Icelanders can still read ancient sagas written in Old Norse. This linguistic purity is no accident. There's a concerted effort in Iceland to preserve the language, with new words being created for modern concepts rather than borrowing foreign terms. Iceland's cuisine is another reflection of its unique environment and history. Traditional dishes like hakal fermented shark and svid boiled sheep's head might seem unusual to outsiders, but they're a testament to the resourcefulness of a people who had to make the most of every available food source in a harsh environment. Today, Iceland's culinary scene is thriving, with chefs putting modern twists on traditional ingredients and making use of the country's abundant seafood and lamb. The country's approach to energy is also worth noting. Thanks to its abundance of geothermal and hydroelectric resources, Iceland generates 100% of its electricity from renewable sources. The country is a world leader in the use of geothermal energy, not just for power generation but also for heating homes and even melting snow on sidewalks in Reykjavik. As we conclude our journey through the wonders of Iceland, we're left with a profound appreciation for the raw beauty and power of nature, as well as the resilience and creativity of the human spirit. This small island nation, perched on the edge of the Arctic Circle, offers experiences that will stay with you long after you've returned home. Whether you're seeking adventure, tranquility, or simply the chance to witness some of the most spectacular scenery on Earth, Iceland delivers in ways that few other destinations can match. But it's important to remember that these wonders, while breathtaking, are also fragile. Iceland, like many places around the world, is facing the impacts of climate change. The country's glaciers, which cover about 11% of its land area, are retreating at an alarming rate. Some estimates suggest that Iceland could be virtually ice-free by the end of the century if current trends continue. This isn't just a matter of losing scenic beauty. The retreat of glaciers can lead to increased volcanic activity as the reduction in ice cover reduces pressure on the Earth's crust. It also affects wildlife habitats, water resources, and even the shape of the land itself as glacial rivers change course. However, true to their resilient nature, Icelanders are at the forefront of efforts to combat climate change. The country has set ambitious goals to become carbon neutral by 2040. Innovative projects are underway, such as capturing carbon dioxide from the air and turning it into stone by injecting it into basaltic rock formations. This process, known as carbon mineralization, could be a game changer in the fight against global warming. As visitors to this incredible land, we have a responsibility too. Sustainable tourism is crucial to preserving Iceland's natural wonders for future generations. This means respecting the environment by staying on marked trails, not disturbing wildlife, and being mindful of our impact. It also means supporting local communities and businesses that prioritize sustainability. Now, let's talk about some practical aspects of visiting Iceland. The country's weather is notoriously unpredictable, with a saying that if you don't like the weather, just wait 5 minutes. This isn't just a joke. Iceland's position in the North Atlantic means it's subject to rapidly changing weather conditions. It's not uncommon to experience sunshine, rain, and even snow all in the same day, regardless of the season. This unpredictability means that flexibility is key when traveling in Iceland. Always have a plan B and maybe a plan C for your activities, and be prepared with appropriate clothing. Layers are your friend here. You'll want to be able to adapt quickly to changing conditions. Iceland's unique position also means it experiences extreme variations in daylight hours. In the height of summer, around the summer solstice in June, the sun barely sets, creating the famous midnight sun phenomenon. This is a magical time to visit, with endless days perfect for exploring. On the flip side, winter days are very short, with only a few hours of daylight in December. But these dark days provide the perfect backdrop for viewing the northern lights. Speaking of seasons, each one offers a different face of Iceland. Summer June to August is the high season, with milder temperatures and long days perfect for hiking and exploring. It's also the busiest and most expensive time to visit. Spring, April to May, and autumn, September to October offer a nice balance of decent weather and fewer crowds. Winter, November to March, can be challenging with its short days and harsh weather, but it's the best time for seeing the northern lights and exploring ice caves. As we've explored Iceland's wonders, you might have noticed something: missing trees. Iceland was once covered in forests, but centuries of human habitation, combined with a cooling climate, led to widespread deforestation. Today, only about 2% of Iceland is forested. However, ambitious reforestation efforts are underway, aiming to increase forest cover and combat soil erosion. If this journey has stirred something within you, I encourage you to consider embarking on your own Icelandic adventure. There's so much more to explore than what we've covered here: hidden gems waiting to be uncovered, stories waiting to be heard, landscapes waiting to be photographed. Your support means the world to us. If you enjoyed this video, please consider giving it a like and subscribing to our channel. By sharing this video with your friends and family, you're helping us spread the word about this incredible country and inspiring more people to explore its wonders. We'd love to hear from you. Which part of Iceland resonated with you the most? What surprised you? What would you like to experience yourself? Your comments and questions not only help us create better content, but also build a community of passionate travelers who share a love for exploration and natural wonders. From the bottom of my heart, thank you for joining me on this journey through the wonders of Iceland. Your presence, your curiosity, and your enthusiasm make these adventures truly meaningful. As we part ways, I leave you with an Icelandic phrase you'll often hear: "Góða ferð." Have a good journey. Whether that journey brings you to the shores of Iceland or takes you to other corners of our beautiful world, may it be filled with discovery, joy, and a deeper appreciation for the incredible planet we call home. Remember, Iceland isn't just a destination, it's an experience that will stay with you long after you've returned home. It's a place that reminds us of the raw beauty of our planet, the resilience of its people, and our responsibility to protect and cherish these natural wonders. Until our paths cross again on another adventure, keep exploring, keep dreaming, and keep that spark of wanderlust alive. Tukke fyrir og Storms Sidar. Thank you and see you later.